Hello. Hello. How's everybody doing? Greetings from the hot tub. Some things don't change. It's been so long. I'm glad you told me this was tonight. Hello, Manifestor. Hello, Boosh. Is that what I call you? I don't even remember what I call you. Um, the other night I lit these candles and I went to sleep and they burned for like 10 hours and there's still some left. And I've never done that like full like pay attention to the time thing. I've just like looked it up like, well, how much does this last? But um, yeah, I was surprised at how long they lasted. Hello, Melissa. How are you? Um, happy something. Oh yeah, new moon and Mercury retrograde. It's a Mercury retrograde, but I guess this one's supposed to be kind of good. In the terms, yeah, look at that wealthy. Woohoo! In terms of like the things that haven't been good, it's like I'm so tired. Like, just keep it away. But this one's about like transforming. So if things haven't been good, then we can transform into the good. I'm going to pay via PayPal for a reading. Sure. Good in you. I'm good. Just been running around like crazy. Who's Bush? That's Jenna. Jenna's a Bush. We merged bitch and douche. The other day I came up with the word fignature instead of signature, finger signature, because when I have people sign for a package, I'm like, I need a finger signature. But the other day I was like, I need a fignature. Mercury retrograde for the rest of the year. Yay! At least the rest of the year is almost done. We only have a little bit of time. And then we get to go into a new year. New time. New trauma. I haven't had time to... I put the CPTSD book in my bag the other day to bring to work with me. I was like, I'm going to take a break because I want to start performing less so they stop giving me so much. And then I forgot that it existed for like 3 days in a row. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about the CP because before it was on my table. So I saw it every day. And then I would do it. I love it, LOL. I had a good today. Someone gave me a zucchini. I had a good day because of the zucchini. Like, what are you doing with that zucchini? My brain is sick in the head. I have all my decks here. Not all of them, but some of them. The ones that I have here. A lot of them. It was nice to stay home and do nothing today. So if members have questions, drop them anytime. Melissa said she's going to pay through PayPal so she can drop her question too. Whatever you guys have for your questions, don't feel like holding them in because then you'll get at the bottom of the line. Depending on how many people come in. Divine Time, Toxic Triggers. I'm doing a 20% off sale on Etsy right now. So like all my decks, all my crystals, all my candles, all my things that are on there are 20% off till the 24th. If somebody was shopping. I need to like, I keep getting pushed to do creative shit. You know, like spirit's like you gotta just, you know, do the things that you like to do, that you want. Like I look at my fucking memories from like 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. I was sending out an entire 2 bags of shit from my house, selling it. Now I'm like delivering these bags of shit. I'm like, something is wrong. Like, I need to fix this. I need to get back to what I was doing. What the fuck? I feel like I just like forgot how to do stuff because I stopped doing stuff. But then I saw a thing. I've been following these 2 people on YouTube for a while. Alyssa and something. They're like a couple, a YouTube couple. But they're like the only couple that isn't like the rest of them with that like, oh, it's all about, like, they have a lot of money, but they don't let that rule them. And the content that they make isn't like so low vibrational. Like there's some stupid shit that they've done, but like them as people, they're not bad people, and they stepped away for like a year because her dad died, and like she got sick, and he was not feeling well. They were depressed, they were miserable, and he's like, I think we just had like a creative like burnout and then trauma and all those things. So it's like, yeah, it's expected that like you don't want to blast your life on fucking YouTube when your life feels like you're dying and all that stuff. So I think there's been a lot going on for people in the world. The things that we were doing, we stopped doing, and now we're like, what do I do? But we don't have to let it keep us from moving up. All right, so let's see. I miss you. I miss you too. I'm just so fucking. I've got text messages that I keep remembering, but they're so far down from like before Thanksgiving that I haven't answered, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta get to that someday. I've just been so fucking. I go to work. I get up at 8:30. I go to work, and I don't get home. Like I didn't get home till 10 p.m. yesterday. So it's like by the time I get home, I just want to go to bed, and then I wake up and do the whole thing again. And they keep calling me in on my days off. I'm not doing that anymore because this week they gave me 192 fucking stops on the day I wasn't supposed to be working. It jumped. I used to get like 120, 130, then it was like 192, and I was like, ah! And that has increased. I don't know where the rest of this deck is. The other day I called in because I was like, I can't do it. They had given me 3 days in a row of like horror like that. And the guy who took my route that day, they gave him 199. And the next morning he's like, how do you do it? Because he couldn't. And he didn't. He came back with all the shit. There's guys on my team that only get 80 stops. It's not fair. I'm like, give them 20 more and give me 20 less. Give him 10 more and give me 10 less. And if worst case scenario and I finish, I'll go rescue them. But don't give it all to me because it makes it very hard to do what I gotta do. It's like in the way. It's not fair. It stresses me out. I don't eat. I don't drink. I don't do anything other than just, and I want to throw up. Alright, so let me catch up with you guys here. Hello. I think Boosh said she was going Mercury. Okay, I saw that. Saw the zucchini. Open to whatever spirit wants you to know. Dinner, but for tomorrow, okay? May I get a reading? Okay, so I'm going to start with Jenny's. Open to whatever spirit wants you to know. And then I'll keep popping down here. And then I can get a reading. Yes, you can. I know you are. It's all good. Thank you. My life is sorting, but I need guidance on what's happening with my love life. Damn, that's no bueno. Yeah, no man. This is what happens to me everywhere I go. They're like, oh, you're really good at this. Do more. I'm like, oh. What will come next? Okay, so let me go back up and do Jenny. She's open to receive, and we'll just go in the line. 8 of Pentacles, eager to learn, honing your craft, classes and workshops. This is the career one, and I feel like this is just how we are anyways. Like, I just want to know about everything. Right now is a time to just like hone in on, like, let me master it. Let me get really good at it, and like instead of, being really good at the things I don't want to do, I'm going to get really good at the things I do want to do. And then find a goal that you're going to pursue and give it your all and just stick to it. You know what I mean? It says drive and ambition. Failure is not an option. Like, ADHD brain is like, if you just put yourself into the atmosphere of wherever it is, you're going to be like, so just keep immersing yourself in the atmosphere of what you want to achieve. Just choose one thing and achieve it. I know a lot of people right now are like, I don't know, I kind of want to do this, I kind of want to do that. I've been doing the same thing, but I think you are going to, you need to set your standards higher too. Like, set your sights higher. Don't play small. Look, even just look back at your past achievement, right? Of like, well, I did that so well. Let me utilize that energy and knowing, and then just into one thing. And when I master that thing, I'm going to do the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And be self-reliant and that entrepreneur, because you're going to be seeing the fruits of your labor. So I'm not sure exactly what you've been up to because I haven't talked to you, but I feel like this is kind of how we roll anyways. We're always in this type of energy of being like, boundaries, baby. It's okay to say no. I know. They don't even ask. They don't even ask. They just do it. And then it's like, I've said no to going into work though. Like he called me yesterday and I was like, I can't tomorrow. I was taking someone to the doctor. He's like, well, could you the next day or the next day? I was like, I don't know. My dad uses the car and he already texted me today. I just didn't answer him. I'm just, no, I don't want to. He's like, do you want to pick up an extra shift? No, because you abused me. Justice. So justice again is coming through for you, Boosh. If you've been feeling sad, you've been feeling like everything's on fucking hold and delay, like where are my ships? Where is my abundance? Where is my love? Where is the things that I've been fucking manifesting? They're coming, okay? Things you've been looking at, being like, wow, I would like that. They're coming. King of Pentacle energy is coming in for you too. A new beginning is coming in for you that's going to lead you to your happily ever after. So this could be a new beginning with twin. This could be a new beginning in love altogether, but it's going to be the beginning of you fully stepping into your Empress energy and deciding, once again, putting an end to the or putting an end to the doubts that can surround him and life and money and future and health and all of the things that we do it with. You just get clear that you can. Because like whatever we see around us is what we're rippling out. But we also have to remember they have free will. Anybody in our reality that we're also trying to co-create with, everybody has their own free will. But if you get into that set place of being very clear about your value and your worth and what you deserve and what you want, I feel like that's going to help to manifest all of that thing. And the non-attachment comes into the play where it's like, just know what you want, know where you like, know that you deserve it, and then just be open to whatever how that looks, how that manifests, how that shows up. And if it's not showing up today or tomorrow, or if it doesn't show, like somebody else shows up and it just blows your mind, like the guy in the park that day, like that blew your mind, that guy showing up that way. Maybe it didn't work out to the degree that you wanted, like, I don't even know what you wanted. I don't think you wanted anything, and that was part of it. You could have had that. I feel like you could have had that turn into something else, but you were still holding on to something else that has all these doubts and has all these clouds and has all these but ifs and what ifs and I don't knows, and you also have a perception of that person that all those what ifs, but ifs, and what are they doing? What does this mean? What does Alaska mean? Like this fucking random ass weird shit. Juggling all these like playing fucking Clue. You gotta eliminate all of that in order for the real clear reality want to happen. Downloads. I cried for an hour and a half, releasing all kinds of other wounds this morning. So yeah, it's like getting rid of all of that stuff and then just getting very clear on, I know I'm worthy of love and abundance and all good things, and I know I have what it takes to have those things. And if I'm emitting that, I'm creating that, I'm going to attract that, and whatever shows up around me will be the embodiment of that. If he can be that, then that will be him. And if he can't, then it won't matter, because you won't be like, oh, but don't let him not being able to be that keep you from having it. Okay? But you can still believe in him being that, but if he doesn't, that's where the fault comes in. However, if he is your true twin flame, and you do that healing work and that releasing work and all of that, he could be doing it on the other side. So when you're fully there and you're fully feeling that, you're fully knowing, believing and trusting and all of that, he should be able to show up and mirror that to you. The universe will be like, here you go, now you guys are good. I punched a door and said I deserve better than, see? Good. So this is like the confirmation for what you already know. Where the hell's the other half of this deck? Where'd it go? What am I doing? Oh, here it is. I smoked a little weed. I'm like, huh? Planting seeds of potential so that you don't have to feel like you're missing, the stuff that you feel like you're missing. So you don't have to punch doors and be like, what the fuck? So you can be happy. Nine of cups. 4 wands. And have someone to help you. And have someone that's there so that you're like, when you are crying, they can hug you and hold you. When you are punching doors, they can be like, yeah. When, you know, when you're feeling down, and I feel like this kind of blocks us from receiving and giving and getting and all of that. So right now it's just about finding that strength to do that work, to build what you know you deserve, regardless of what's manifesting around you. Don't let that illusion make it mean that I don't deserve more, or this is just how it is, or I'm never gonna, find this, or this could never happen, or I've got to let go of him in order to have him. There doesn't have to be any specific thing that we do to get an outcome. Like we always try to like say this to ourselves, like, oh, I just made the right choice, then I would be so ultimately happy. But even if you did the thing and you got the result, when you get to the result, you're still gonna seek out more. You're still gonna want better. You're still gonna have trauma. You're still like, there's no just like, oh, you got the easy button on life forever. There's always gonna be ups and downs, and the victory is being able to navigate that without letting it destroy everything, and without letting other people who destroy things around them make it be about you. Like if he fucks up and he doesn't come back and he's stupid and boop boop boop, or dad did this or mom did that, okay, we release that and we don't do that. And we don't hold on to that. We don't let that mean anything about us. We transmute that and we get creative in how we're going to go forward and be vulnerable and authentic into the world so that we can set our life on fire and reconcile with that little girl inside of us that felt sad and like got used to a life where there was a lack of love, and got used to a life where there was a lack of support, and got used to a life where had to do it all yourself, or it meant that you weren't, like we get our recognition from a pat on the back by being the best, by being the fastest, by killing ourselves and people pleasing everybody but ourselves. So get clear on how you can people please yourself, and that's going to dramatically help with your twin flame, with your divine counterpart, with the manifesting of your soulmate, and your awakening. And they're saying pay attention because union is coming in the light of the sun. It will all be done. So with the clarity, it will all be done. So open a book, take a look. The answers you seek will come this week. What have you been called to dive into? What book do you really feel like you should have read by now? They're saying shift your motherfucking focus off of whatever has been. Get into that book so that your abundance can come. And they're also saying stop and look around. All you want will be found. So I feel like you've already got everything you need right now to be but you're not seeing that, you're not believing that, so you don't feel that or like think that or that doesn't seem to be the case. But that's just a matter of perspective. Try to shift the perspective and keep saying that. Like, I am the best version of me today, and I'm going to keep being that every day. So that just means I'm trajectory up to the best. And I feel like a sweet message may come in. We also have controlling, so try not to control this either. Like if you've been trying to control the manifesting of a message, or just like, sometimes we get stuck into like doing too many rituals or too many intention settings or writing things into reality, and it's like we just put a stop or a block to it. So try not to go down that route. I don't feel like you have been, but don't let this control you. Like the fact that if this does or does not come in, don't let it control how you feel. Don't let it be a disaster. Don't be a daredevil and try to mess around with shit. Just trust that this person is still not over you, and know that happy days are ahead. You don't have to control the outcome. Just let your dreams manifest naturally and easily. All right. Ha ha ha. Me too. On point. I'm also finally going through my house. There was stuff that I hadn't been touching. Oh my God, man. How much shit you got? Are you sure you're not part Taurus? I have to go through a lot of stuff too. I thought I was just going to knock that over. I looked at pictures when we moved in here and I'm like, how did I get so much shit? But a lot of it came from other people. I'm like, it just comes. It just manifests. You're welcome. All right. So, who was next in the question panel? Janice was first. And then, Melissa. I need to hear right now to bring in manifestation after this 12/12 and the new moon energy. Okay. What do you need to know? Probably the same thing I just said to her. So hold on to that. Usually when people come into these, we all get similar messages. We're all collected. Yeah, look at that. 666. I've seen 666 so many fucking times this week. And it did, like, catch me off guard. Like, not really. Like, the first day, it's not that it caught me off guard. It was just that, like, oh, it caught my attention of, like, pay attention. Like, you need to fix this. Because it was a day that was starting off very chaotically. And everything was going wrong. And my first bag was 666. And then, like, a license plate in front of me a little while later, 666. And I kept seeing 666 throughout the day. There's other days that I don't see any sixes at all. Like, I get all 4s and 2s and 1s. But this is about shifting your focus. So, like you said, I want to manifest. I know you want to manifest your career and your money and your freedom. And the fact that you want that so badly is actually sometimes where we block ourselves. Because that energy is not rippled out correctly. It's like we think we're doing right when we're like, yeah, I'm affirming it, I'm thinking it, I'm visualizing it, I'm creating it, like, but there's still something in here that's coming from a place of fear or lack that I don't have it. And it's out there and I need it and I don't have it. And believe me, I know this is the very tricky part of it because fear gets like earlier tonight, my fear got activated in connection to my feet. My feet have been healed for a fucking while. There hasn't been any opening on them or anything like that since a while back. Like, it bled once, starting off at Amazon, and ever since then, it's completely all closed up and healed. But this sock that I put on tonight, like a year ago, when I used this sock, I ended up having to cut it because it was stuck to my fucking, like, wound. And I could feel, like, even in my gut right now, just talking about it, the pain, the level of pain that I went through that night. The tears, the like wanting to jump out of my body to get away from the pain, I can still tap back into that. And that's not a good thing. That's not a good vibration. That's something I need to cut the fucking cord to so that I can put my sock on without traumatizing myself and reliving that physical agony and like, what if it comes back? Oh my God, it was this time of year. Like, that's where we go. And that's what we create. And if you've never been out of the place that you're in, it's hard to know how to embody the place that you're going. Like how do I feel secure and like abundant and free? If I don't feel any of those things today and I really haven't had a taste of that, you got to take baby steps. So as you collect your eggs in a basket, prepare yourself or blow a gasket. Basically, what I'm saying here is take baby steps. Like, if you want to manifest the changes, the 555 motherfucking changes, you've got to release the fear of not having it. Release the fear of being stuck in your parents' house forever. Release the fear of getting, like even if it's success, some of us have a fear of success, okay? We feel like we're going to fuck it up, so I might as well not even get that. Because if I get that and then I fuck it up, I'm going to look really stupid, so we can do that sometimes. Then other times, we can get to success and then fuck it up. Because we don't belong here. What am I doing up here? This is not the right place for me because I grew up in that vibration, that feeling, that emotion, that mindset of lack. And you've got to work really hard for work. You got to work really hard to eat. You got to work really hard to survive. Like, no, you don't. I know that 100% that you do not because I've done it. And I'm like, why am I back to this? It's a lesson. It's a lesson. I've been figuring out the lesson here. And what you're doing in your life just needs to shift slowly. Instead of being like, let me go all or nothing. Like, I need to win $1 million tomorrow for my manifestation to be ultimately fulfilled. No, that's not going to happen because you've never had it. And even if you did, most people who win the lottery go right back to being broke very short time after because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's not a vibrational match and they fuck it up. They just do. It's like, look into it. There's a lot of people who have won it and just go right back to nothing. So take your time manifesting, and that's how you're going to see the results. That's how you're going to see the expansion. That's how you're going to awaken that infinite within you. But there could be delays, but these delays will make you stronger, okay? That doesn't mean that it's never going to happen. Don't let the delay become a problem for you. Because when you get impatient with the manifestation, then you throw in the towel before it even happens. It's like, oh, it's just taking too long. I'm just gonna stay here and suffer and suck and bleh. You gotta save up for the big day, okay? Especially if you grew up in an environment where, you know, a lot of these things are just ingrained into you. Like, oh, our family's never had that, or blah, 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 blah. Only some people, you're gonna be born into it. And all of these things are collective things anyways. Like, you don't have to even have people in your family believing that shit for you to be exposed to those beliefs young enough for them to still harm you today. So just know that it's not like that. I don't like to fail, so I don't try. Yeah, but I've been getting out there more, and I'm even on TikTok now, which I was hesitant about joining, but I'm doing it. Awesome. Yeah, so just know that you're saving up for the big day. That you're doing the footwork now. And it's hard. There will be delays, but they will make you stronger. And you will see the results. I've done it many times in my life. I've gone up, and I've gone down, and I've gone up, and I've gone down, and it's on the way up, you feel like, and when you get up there, you forget, and then you fuck yourself, and you go right back down. So on this way up, try not to, try to know that, try to remember that, okay? Shift your focus now, be aware of this now, come up with something that you're gonna do, every day for yourself. That doesn't include being, so super focused on manifesting, but includes in slowly raising your vibration, slowly shifting your world. What do you do every day, every day, every day, every day? Change it. You got to start changing it, which you are. So it sounds like you're doing the right thing, but just keep implementing that. Don't just do the TikTok. Don't just make the account. Don't just do it for a week and then give up. And it's hard. It's hard to be consistent. It's hard to show up every day. Find ways to make it easier for yourself. Batch your content. Learn about how to utilize TikTok to the best of its ability. They will give you all the answers from TikTok specifically. You just gotta want it, and you gotta look in the book, and answers that you seek will come. But don't let your fears sabotage you either. A lot of people never start online because they don't want people to think that they're silly or stupid or oh my god, and they let that block them from getting there. You just gotta do it. The right people will come. Okay, so fears released, things will be coming for you that are going to help you to manifest. Just keep your mindset in the right place. You're right in between right now, so just know that, yeah, this is the year it'll all be clear. You've only got a little bit of this year left, and this next year is going to be very clear for you, so be open and receptive to the good things that are coming. You may have been out of alignment, and the mission needed a reassignment, so, pay attention to what is your foundation, what is your cause, what is your aim? What is your reason for what you're doing? Why am I doing what I'm doing? And it shouldn't be self-serving, and it shouldn't be just it should have something in it. I've been thinking lately of what is my I know what my why has been throughout the time, but lately I've been called to make my why different, to go with animals and to help animals, but also help the earth. I don't know, it shifts. It's shifting right now. Something in me is changing. Endings and new beginnings. And it's I can do the old things, but they don't feel the same as they did. It's I don't get the same out of it as I once did. And it's kind of just something needs to shift, okay? But decades will come and go if we don't choose to grow. So it's we have to shift. Something's going to make us shift. But get clear on your why. Meditate on why am I doing what I'm doing without the self-serving, just so I can get out of mom's house or just so I can have money. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I making the world a better place? Who am I helping? Where am I going to do it? What is my goal? I want to help somebody. I want to serve somebody. I want to help the world. Come up with that. How are you going to spend your money? And how are you going to pay back the universe? How are you going to pay it forward? Things like that. Because, yeah, when we don't do that, when we just get focused on the I need to eat and I need money and I just want to be comfortable for me, it's not the right focus. We often do it because of basic instinct and survival, but that's not a higher vibration. So we usually just attract exactly what we need to get by, and it makes it hard. Okay? So try to shift that energy. Yeah, don't try to make sure that you just be clear about this. And don't let the basic fears of the root chakra fuck you up, because I feel like that's kind of happening here. It was like when we get nervous of like failure, that's your basic instinct of like, oh, I don't want to fail, I don't want people to make fun of me, but I also need to eat, and I also don't want to live here, and also all of those reasons aren't really good. They're not really like, oh yeah, the universe is gonna pat you on the back for that. Wow, you're such an amazing, like, selfless, whatever. Try to come up with good reasons why you want to change those fears instead of those motives. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say anything about you or anything like that. We all have it. I have it. You have it. We all have it. I'm just saying, become aware, conscious of the higher. Like, this is my why. I want to make the world a better place. I want to give back to the community. And put that idea into everything that you do, every video that you write. Like, there's a girl on TikTok. Every day she shares a positive piece of news. And she'll be like, today's story is about this duck. Tomorrow's story is about, like, I don't know, a cat. Like, it's just random happy stories, but that's her thing, and she's blown up, and it's because she's clear on her why and her who are the people who want to have a positive, good story instead of fucking news that we hear every day of like, everybody's dying and there's a new COVID and blah, blah, blah. So, get clear with your why. Uploading a video per day, awesome sauce. It's not really for me, but I want to share stories with others and give people hope through the stories. Okay, so put that into what you do every day. Like, hi, I'm Alyssa, and I want to inspire others with stories of hope. And then do your story. Or put that at the end of the video, but keep that reminder in your mind fresh. And let that be the like, energy push towards your success. Alright, let's go up here and see who's next. Oh. What the hell? That looks so weird. Long time. Hello. Hi, may I get a reading concerning my singlehood and how to get more into self-love to attract my true love? Sure. Alright. Singlehood, true love, self-love. Alright, got the element of water. And it says artistic, emotional, enchanting, sensitive, fluid, compassionate, intuitive, romantic. So I feel like working with the element of water will be very beneficial for you to heal and release and cleanse. Like Jenny's sitting in the hot tub right now. Sitting in the hot tub, sitting in a hot bath, taking showers with intention, doing visualization in the shower. I saw a girl yesterday talk about this practice that she does that has worked for her many times. Like, she goes in, she turns off all the lights and lights just a candle so that she's like not going to fall over and break her neck, okay? But while she's in there, she closes her eyes, she gets water really hot, and then she visualizes like the next 6 months of her life, like her dream life, like it already is her life. She's like, wow, this is what I'm doing when I get out of the shower, and this is where like I live, and this is all my stuff, and wow, this is awesome. And then at the end of the shower, when she comes out, she acts like she's stepping out of the shower onto the right foot into that reality. She's stepping into that timeline where that visualization will now happen. So like, visualize what you want to see happen in your game of self-love. Visualize what you want to see happen in meeting somebody, in receiving love, or whatever it is that you want. Like, do you want someone to come back and love you? Or do you want a new person to come love you? Do you want, like, to move? Do you want to have kids? Like, what is your next 6 month? I mean, I don't think you should be like, let's get married and have kids in 6 months. Just my opinion. But if you want to, you can, visualize that and see what happens. But use water to visualize your dream 6 months playing out. See the whole detail as if it's already, and act as if it already is, and then be like, all right, I'm walking into that timeline right now. And any obstacles that are in the way, you can also use this practice to be like, let me, like, tear down these obstacles. Let me visualize a mountain in the way that represents my lack of self-love. And let me rip through this mountain. And as I'm ripping through this mountain and like, or climbing it, whatever comes naturally to your subconscious, let that play out. Be like, how am I getting over this hurdle? How am I getting through this thing? Am I gonna go around it, under it, round it, whatever? But if I go through it, like, what's in there? What the hell is in there that's blocking me from the outcome? Because you're the only one that will know what these things are. And this says solitude, obstacle, problem, distant, pride, block, cold, indifferent, barrier. I feel like you need the water to help you to flow around this and to kind of like think of like water. Rock is very solid and strong, right? But over time, water washes away at it. So try to like use this visualization and this practice to help you understand where is your lack of self-love really playing a part in your life. Where is it causing you the self-sabotage? This says a good sign or omen: baggage, burdens, feeling cursed, guilt, shame, regret. So what I feel like this is saying is that if you use the element of water consciously and physically, emotionally and spiritually, it's going to help you to understand what obstacle is blocking you and what's sabotaging your good signs and the good omens and all the good things that could be there. And it can help you release the shame and the guilt. So maybe it is shame and guilt. Maybe you're holding on to old baggage. Maybe you're feeling burdened, or maybe you believe you're cursed, you know? Your subconscious holds the answers though, okay? So you're at a crossroads right now. There will be an opportunity. Weigh things out before you take a leap of faith right now. I feel like something's coming in that has been stuck for you, and it's been a stalemate type of energy. But I feel like there could be a very devoted, loving, supportive person that's going to show up for you as soon as you acknowledge this elephant in your subconscious, okay? Whatever this block is, whatever this is. And again, I can't tell you, you need to you need to be the fool in that sense, where I'm going to go within my mind and I'm going to dig deeper, and I'm going to understand myself better. And then you may receive a text, or you may receive a message, you may receive a phone call, you may receive a letter. Something is going to come in that has been stuck, and it's going to be like, you have to weigh the options of what you want to do to see if you get justice and a good outcome, and in a measured, tangible, like practical, grounded, solid thing, or if it's going to be something that kind of shapeshifts and is a chameleon. You'll be the call of that. So the universe is definitely bringing you something in. Just weigh your options before you like start fanning the flames of anything, and clean up old unwanted ideas. Clean up old repetitive cycles. Like if someone comes back into your life and they're doing the same thing that they did the last time that it didn't go so well, clean that shit up. Do not let that happen, because you will just get all complicated and strung up into something that you don't want to be billowing in, because that's going to fuck you up. But if it comes in and is doing that, you get to be the choose a new adventure person at this fork in the road and be like, nope, I'm not going that way this time. I'm going to billow into this way, and make a plan to explore so that you can have a heart-centered, devoted, ego healthy person that will be your lover come in. Or even could be that lover, just they're going to realize, like, I actually have to bring justice. I can't do the old song and dance. I can't do the old cycle. I can't keep bringing in the same old thing, because this person's now got those boundaries. This person's now harvested. This person is seeing, like, that they're beautiful. They're becoming self-aware. They're in a state of equilibrium. She's a priestess. She's radiant. She knows. And she's using water to help her to get to that abundance of overflowing fulfillment and releasing the sorrow and the having the joy come in. And so you're going over a bridge at this time, and you're developing like fine wine. And the key to all of this lies within yourself, and your attitude about things. So be the mama bear for yourself. Stay cool, calm, collected with whatever happens, and know that you are a magnet for your desires. But right now is a time of new beginning and excitement and inception, enchantment, being carefree. So plant that into your mindset and know that there's a transformation coming, a birth of something new. But how you show up to this new beginning, how you play your part within the circumstances that manifest towards you, will show you, hey, I do love myself. I didn't let that old cycle play out again. I didn't drop my boundaries. I didn't go against what my gut said just to people please, or just to have another night. So that's going to make your wish come true in one way or another, you know? It's going to put a death to the old icky stuff. So if that person can't put a death to those old icky ways, it'll be to put a death to that person. And then a new person that's not going to do those things will step in because you'll be at that new vibration and that new energy and that new wavelength of frequency, and someone will come in to match that should be there. Okay, so this is like, again, the lighthouse. Like, you are the one that's going to call the shots on this. Don't let your light burn out trying to direct people in that shouldn't, that they should just be a lone island, because if not, you'll become the lone island. You'll be estranged and lonely and miserable. So if you want to be reproducing and having babies and a sudden increase of everything, make sure you put that light on and you help somebody to navigate there appropriately without the patterns and the things from the past that reflected a version of you that didn't love yourself as much, and do that inner work to figure out where are the blocks towards my self-love. All right. Hello. All right, so let's see. Hello. Hello. Oh. Where was I? Songs of Strata. Hello. All right, Rick is next. The people with the green names are members. They're members for $2.99 a month, so I read them. If you don't want to be a member and you still want a reading, there's links in my bio or links in the description box, and you can donate $2.99 for the reading. But this is a monthly event, so I'm going to make sure I get to them first. All right. What will come next, or what blessing can I find after a business arrangement came to an abrupt end? I got the goodbye message 2 days ago, and it looks like all loose ends were closed today. What will come next, or what blessing can I find after a business arrangement came to an abrupt end? Okay. All right. Let's see. Obviously, something better is going to come. And that's crazy. Like, when you think about the timing of stuff. Oh, look at that. 9 of Cups. It says, jackpot, dream job, personal fulfillment. I wouldn't worry about it, man. Like, go for it. Business trip, driven to succeed. Whatever just happened is a very good thing, okay? Something good is coming. I don't know the specifics of it, but I feel like, yeah, you understand the law of attraction. You understand the law of transmutation. You understand, like, the polarity. You get that shit. So that's what's happening here, is like one thing ends and another begins. And you're recognizing that this isn't going to be a bad thing, is automatically bringing it in to be a good thing. Some people will go through that and be like, oh my God, why would they do that? And now what? You're not doing that. You're like, so what blessing's on its way? Because it has to be on its way, right, man? Like, just you being like that is going to make your desires come true. So what do you want it to be? Like, you're the one. You, like, conclusions have reached. You're at the final destination with these events. Like, the things are all closed up. So let yourself be that person that gets into the shower and is like, let me dream up these next 6 months. How do I want this to look? How do I want this to go? And if you don't know what you want, then try to figure out why that is. Like why don't I know? Maybe I shouldn't know. Maybe I need to just go with the flow. Maybe I need to be more creative in my pursuit. Maybe I need to drop something completely out of my life that I was holding on to out of those old familiar feelings that we were talking about earlier, or out of those things that we just get told within ourselves. We're like, well, I gotta keep that because that's like the logical, we live in a 3D world. But the people who drop that part of themselves go and like fully embrace the 5D part, and they're totally fully supported too. So I feel like you're caught in the middle in your mind. Like, there's a part of you that like kind of knows what you really want to do and branching out and moving on and things like that to bigger and better things, but there may also be a part of you that just isn't sure, or is still kind of like feeling like compelled to do what you have kind of already done. Like, I want to keep a little bit of familiarity in my life, but I feel like they're wanting you to break out of that energy, and just yeah, like reassess your goals. Take a second look at what your goals are for you, without anybody else, without, like, just what is your goal for you? What is going to make you ultimately fulfilled and happy? And then face your fears in this unclear face. Um, and don't go into the Seven of Cup illusion land. Don't go into like too many options, or the imaginative like get quick rich schemes. Like you can embrace a totally like awesome crazy whatever. Like, I'm gonna put all these crazy things together and it's gonna be awesome. But if you're only doing it because you think it has a quick result, that won't work. Those are the things that fuck us. Those are the things that distract us from like getting there, from that good news, from that travel, that speedy communication. And so trust your vibes, an artistic endeavor, a message of hope. I feel like they want you to focus on like your music and just getting really like professional on what you enjoy doing, rather than professional in what you feel like I'm like, oh, I'm so like, I got my I got my teachings in this, so I'm here for that, because I'm supposed to be like, I know what I'm doing. I feel like you haven't got that traditional like professional training in your music or going online and putting yourself out there, but you clearly want to. You clearly have it in you that you want to be able to do those things and make them lucrative. So approach them in that professional manner. Spend the time researching it, spend the time investing into it, spend the time doing all the little things that are going to help you to manifest that being big. Look at the other people that are being big within it and what they're doing, what they're not doing, and how you can do that in your own way. And what's gonna, and if that's truly gonna make you happy, because if that's not what's gonna make you happy, then don't waste your time with that. But do the things that are being driven from within your soul to do. Like these other things in your life, just have clarity about them. Like this is what I really want. This is the whole thing for tonight. Just get very clear, everybody, on what you want. Seeing clearly, happy at work, growth mindset. I feel like you're already there too. Like you're like, I know this is gonna be a blessing. Just don't let the doubt of what you deserve creep in, or don't let the uncertainty, or don't like just kind of hang on to an idea of it. Like, take the time to visualize, take the time to like write out like a little plan for yourself, take the time to open a book, take a look, answers you seek will come this week. Do it. Be a busy bee. You gotta be a busy bee, be resourceful, you can do it all. You can do it all because you're the emperor. You gotta have a plan of action, masculine authority, financial responsibilities, and then I feel like an empress energy will manifest within all of this too. Feminine authority, prosperity and abundance, fertile investments. I feel like basically you're gonna embody both of this within yourself in the right energy, being creative and also like getting it done. And then that's going to lead you to your Ten of Cups, because you're going to be ultimately fulfilled within yourself. So the reality around you will be ultimately fulfilled too, in all the ways that a Ten of Cups means to you. What does that mean to you? Get clear on that so that you can have that happy home life, that domestic security, a family business, whatever it is. But you're going to be influential in this as long as you believe your influence within it is there. It should be. It's like I'm worthy of it. I should do it. I'm good at it. I know my value and my worth. Same type of messages for everybody tonight. What are your childhood dreams? Okay. Working with youth, reward for past efforts. So you've been practicing all this time. You've been working up to this moment. You're on a roll. New cycles. You're at a turning point. Something big is coming for you. A lucky break, a fulfilling position. So just know, but I feel like the control is in your hand. Just don't deadlock yourself by being, I don't know. Don't go back and forth. What do you want purpose within? What makes you feel good? Don't be a sucker for others. Don't do those things we all do as empaths. Be like, well, I just want to make everybody else happy, because that's that sneaky thing that will fuck us up. We feel good in the moment when we make them happy, but then we get all resentful. We're like, why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep doing shit I don't want to do? Happy days will be ahead when we clean that dirty, messy up. And you are very multifaceted, so just know, like, okay, that good things are coming for you, and opposites attract. So when one thing breaks, one thing fixes. When one thing goes, one thing comes. But I think basically it's the ball is in your court. And like, oh yeah, I feel like special to me, together again. I feel like whatever is going on is going to help lead you to healing the inner child, manifesting like a new start, being together with somebody, some sort of incoming call, some sort of reminder about something that maybe you even forgot about or maybe you've given up on. But someone's going to be shocked, and I feel like that person is going to, yeah, come back because they're both still in love and they want more moments with you. They could be acting cold at this time, but in the end, love wins. Okay? So know that things are multifaceted here. Whatever's going on, let it go. Because it's like, if you don't let that go, like, other things aren't going to come. So let go of what was within the relationship. Let go of what was in your past, of your career. Let go of what was, even in terms of your creative pursuits, and now embrace this new beginning where you're stepping into the fullest version of yourself, where you're going to show up every day, you're going to do the things to the fullest of the best of your ability. You're going to put your all into it, and then things are going to be good. Okay, whatever's been blocked, you're going to have much better. You'll be having your cake and eating it too, and good things will manifest. Getting closer. Okay, so yeah, they want you to get clear. Get clear on it. Bring the sun, bring the light. Ego, purposeful, directed, creative, our basic identity, self-realization, being proud, censoring the inner child, reason over instinct, right? Like I said, reason over instinct, willfulness, success, vitality. Good things are coming. And I feel like you already know that, but just be very clear in what that means to you. Don't ask me, like, now what? You make what? What? What is it? You tell us. You're the creator. Cut out anything that's like, anything that's repetitive or not good or gross or ickies. This is the time to collaborate with the yay, the joyful, the high vibey, the singing and the dancing and the fun and the motherfucking rainbows, because you are a phoenix and you're rising through the ashes. And it's a good thing. All right. Boop, beep, boop, deep, ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Yeah. The woman I admire is constantly in my mind, and I'm just wondering if she thinks about me as often. Alright, let's see. Does she think of you? When I think about you, that came into my head, so maybe. The look in your eyes, the stare that you give, it makes me feel weak. I need to give in. So, I don't even know why I grabbed this deck, but I did grab this deck, and it is, and the song that I got was "When I Think About You, I Touch Myself." So, yeah, I feel like this person does think about you, and they may be thinking about you at times that they're not even trying to. Like the way that I grabbed that deck, the song, like not even like putting it together. I feel like at times like their mind just drifts to you because this is a higher level thing. This isn't just like a run of the mill whatever. But I do feel like they get happy. Okay, they get happy when they think about you, and when they think about you, they want to start fresh. But there's conflict, there's competition, there's chaos, there's other things in the way, there's fears, there's doubts, there's a third party, right? So this is part of the problem is like they're not doing anything because of their third party. They're blocked because there's conflict, chaos, competition. They're probably a people pleaser too. Like, well, I've been with this girl for so long, I feel bad just breaking up with her and blah, 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 blah. But if it's meant to be, it'll be, okay? Like if their relationship is meant to end, and it will. And when that happens, I think things will creatively happen the way that they're meant to. So in the meantime, don't let the fact that this girl hasn't been like, I'm in love with you too, ruin your life. And also don't let it delay your life. Like live your life. She's living her life. Live your life. Go out and have fun. Go do good things. Heal. In this time of burden, there's probably a reason why you're attracted to this person who's in a relationship and all of that, on top of soul level and all of that. Like, our soul level people are going to come equipped with things that trigger our healing. So you may be feeling connected to this for several different reasons that you need to do the inner work on to heal, so that when you heal that, the circumstances of the relationship can shift and change, so that she can end that relationship. Because as you shift and change, if she's truly meant to be with you, she's going to shift and change. And that means the things around her will shift and change naturally on their own. And if things are meant for you to come together, that will happen. But in the meantime, looking at that situation and being, I wonder if she thinks about me too. Like, should I say something or shouldn't I? Like worrying about it, thinking about it, it's actually delaying you from having good outcomes. It's delaying you from living the good life. It's delaying you from shifting and changing the circumstances that are reflected around you because you keep looking at the reflection of a, and that's very hard not to, right? Like, well, that's the case. How can I forget? But you got to live your life, distract yourself, go out and have fun, become the best version of you. Keep digging within yourself. Like what thing within inside of me may be attracted to somebody that's a nurturer and like a nurse, right? Like what thing inside of me is attracted to somebody that is unavailable off the market? Like am I protecting myself in some way from getting together with somebody and eventually getting hurt because I think that's what's going to happen? Did I come from a broken home? Did I come from some bad relationships? Did I come from a family that just like, made it very clear early on that like depending on another person isn't a safe idea. So if you're not available for me to fully depend on you, then I can lust after you and think after you safely because you're not here to break up with me and go through all of that. Even though I'm suffering and struggling right now, there's fears that are blocking me from the depth of this circumstance of chaos and ick, but I'm learning through it. I'm becoming a master of it. I'm going to put an end to the chapter of the sleepless nights and the craziness and all of that so that I can reconcile with my inner child and heal and get clear on my idea of what a Ten of Cups is and then have victory surrounding it. So instead of worrying about what she's thinking about or does she miss you, does she like you or anything like that, focus on being that for yourself right now because that's what's going to lead you to your Ten of Pentacles and shifting the circumstances of things. This is how you're going to take back control and heal creatively and get to your victory with a new beginning. Instead of just looking at her live her life and wonder what she's doing and thinking and all of that, start living your life so she can start living hers, separately. But then just knowing that as I'm becoming the best version of myself, I'm changing my circumstances so that eventually I'm going to overcome this scenario and I'm going to get to the better one where it's that new flow and I won't have to look from the outside anymore because things are going to change, and I'll be able to be vulnerable and open up and express myself. I'll be able to tell the truth and they'll tell me their truth. I won't have to wonder about it. And maybe that will help her also to find her power of walking away from the things that don't serve her and dropping the burdens in her own life that are keeping her from her Ten of Pentacles because she feels compelled to stay because it's the right thing to do, because I've been here for so long, because I'm not really quite sure if you like me back, because I don't know, because you both mirror each other, these anxieties and illusions and bullshits, to transform them and become powerful, strong, in fiery people with passion and desire and happily ever afters. But it's up to you to find that balance and to kind of step away from the looking from the outside and into the I'm living my life from within my life, and I'm not gonna like look at everybody else living their life and just wait here. I'm going to start living my life to the fullest. I'm going to start feeling passionate. I'm going to track this new beginning. I'm going to be valuable so my abundance comes. I'm going to work on those deep rooted things inside of me that are putting these circumstances in my reality so that I can get to that next level and that we can have this fire, desire, and drive, and my wishes can come true. And I will be the best version of me to reconcile with the best version of them, because we'll both know our value and our worth, and we'll both make the right choices, and won't have any third parties or sleepless nights or wondering what ifs keeping us from our justice and our happily ever after. But yes, I do think this person thinks about you romantically, okay? And they do want to work on this, but I feel like they also think of you when they're at work because they probably, equate that with you, like healing and being there. I feel like they do miss you and they do think about you, but they also feel like a wounded warrior in their life. So you've got to be very mindful about the seeds that you're planting at this time to transform and, let the end happen of this like this energy that's been manifesting for a while. Like nothing has really changed in this time period, right? It's kind of like the same thing over and over and over. So become that full embodiment of your Empress energy and that vulnerable, authentic version of yourself that's healing to get into the chariot, into your success creatively, through the visualization, like all the things that I said to the other people tonight, like use those practices to help. Hello. It's other people stuff. Mom, dad, bro, time to go. Yeah, see, I got a lot of other people shit too. I don't want to block it. Don't block yourself. I want to ask if I will get into a good college in the next few months. I'm seeing 100 everywhere today. Awesome sauce. That's like the ending and completion, you know, like wholeness, oneness, ending of the full circle. You're coming full circle. All right, Monica. Am I gonna get into a good college in the next few months? I'm just laughing because, like, I can see Monica being like, "Fuck you!" Especially that job that she had with all the evil people. Like, just like, I'm setting fire to everything and I hate it here. Sleep on it. Frustrations. Take a time out. Dude, you've been a little fucking obsessive, okay? You've been a little obsessive up here about this stuff again. And I think it's your culture. I think it's you know, maybe because you feel like you're getting too old or something. I don't know, man, but you're not. You're really not. And you're fearing, you're coming from the fear place. You're coming from the root place. Listen to the other readings that I talked about this tonight. Like, we can't manifest a better outcome coming from fear and doubt and lack and I don't know and and you know this, okay? You can be self-reliant. You can be the entrepreneur. You can go to college. Do whatever the fuck you want. And see the fruits of your labor. But you can't do it when you're all frustrated and stressed out and thinking negatively about you and yourself and your outcomes and what ifs and what ifs and what ifs and buts and buts and buts. Because you come up with 1,000 fucking reasons for you to fail before you ever even step into a place. You come up with a lot of things, and then you even say, well, no, it's not anybody else's fault, it's my fault. Stop it! The only thing that's your fault is that. Of like, when I'm this, and I'm that, and I'm not good at math, and like, you just own 1,000 things that are really not good things, and then you see the result of you thinking that. And you're like, oh no! Because this is what happens. Everything sets on fire. Everything burns in chaos. But you've also seen the flip of that. When you go into your, like, loving what you do and being happy and affirming and positive and everything's great, you've manifested things very motherfucking quickly. You've succeeded at stuff and then sabotaged those things because you fell back into the I don't belong here category, which I've done too. I'm not blaming or judging you. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just saying this is a pattern. And it's time to fucking put an end to the pattern that I know you've been struggling with. Like, I haven't even fucking talked to you, but I know, okay? I know. I just know. So, to the point, brainstorming, intellectual stimulation, all right? That's what I'm doing here. I'm getting to the point. I'm not gonna, oh, but it's okay. I'm just being a little hard on you because I see you do it. I see you do it, and I've done it, and that's why I see you do it, because I'm like, I fucking recognize this. You're your own worst enemy. You've got to stop doing that, and then you won't have the fire shit show going on around you. You won't have the fire shit show up here. You won't be so worried about these things. I'm seeing a swan too right now. Try to be more graceful and elegant and delicate with yourself. Don't look at yourself as some bumbling fool that's no good at anything and I'm just gonna fuck up and if I don't get there then that means that and that and that and just a whole fucking series of bad events, none of which is true unless you believe it to be, and then you will sure as hell manifest that reality because you expect it, you believe it, and you just fall into you cast yourself into that role. Cast yourself into a new role where you do whatever you actually want to do. First of all, I feel like a lot of what goes on with you too is because you don't really know what you want to do and you're forcing yourself to try to figure it out and you're still young. There's no fucking reason that you need to know exactly the rest of your life for today. Like, you don't need to know that. And you can be successful and lucrative anywhere at any time with anything, but you've got to believe it and you've got to let yourself go there, okay? And don't let the family get into your head. Don't let the society around you get into your head. And don't let you get into your head with the doubts and things will be good. But the payoffs are on the horizon, rewards are on the horizon. Whatever it is that you truly want can be yours. It could be any college, it could be any career, it could be any test, it could be anything, but you've got to believe it, okay? And push through, okay? Holding your own, defending yourself from yourself sometimes, because sometimes you do, you know, say things and think things that are negative about yourself. And then you even blame yourself for it, and there's no blame. I don't want to blame you. I'm not yelling at you out. You're just a victim of the fucking world, okay? You've been on the planet. You've had what we've all got, okay? We've all been conditioned to think these negative things and feel these negative ways, but I've seen you break out of it. That's why I'm like, I know you can do it, because you can. You can defend yourself from this. You can do the work to get on the roll and have the new cycle in. This is your turning point today. Stop, get mad. Get mad at the dumb fucking world that does all this, to our brain. I'm not gonna. Stop owning the I'ms, not this, and buts, and all of that. Stop that. And take the influence back over your life, over your creation. You get become detail oriented in what you're doing, and don't sabotage, man. You gotta stop sabotaging. You do silly things sometimes, and I know you're like, oh, well, the last 3 days, all I did was sit around and watch Harry Potter instead of fucking doing what I should have been doing, and I wonder why there was a bad outcome. You did that on purpose because there's a fear of success within you. There's a self-sabotaging devil up in there. Now, I'm not saying there's a demon or anything bad up in there. I'm just saying the thoughts, the fucking fear thoughts, the is up in there, fucking you up and making you do silly ass stupid things that you should not do. And then afterwards, I'm not blaming anybody but myself. And even that is just worse, because it's like, yeah, you did something pretty fucking weird and stupid. Yeah, that's not a good idea. But blaming yourself on top of it, I'm not saying it's anybody, that's not helpful either. There's a reason why you do that shit. So instead of doing it, owning it, and then being all guilty and bad about it on top of what you did, start to look for, why am I doing that? What inside of me is setting me up to do these ridiculous things that I do to myself? And start looking at it in that way, that this is ridiculous. Because it's not really not like it's not like you're killing yourself, right? Like, you're just doing some weird things. Like, I watched a bunch of movies instead of studying for my test. Like, it's kind of, I'm gonna be honest here, it's a little immature even. It's almost like you don't want the responsibility that comes along with being an adult. You don't want the responsibility that comes along with being successful, because then you've got to maintain it. So you're like, if I just keep fucking myself up when I get to this point, then I get to stay here and be safe in this zone of energy that I'm in. Even though I don't like it here, I know it. We go to what we know instead of what is good for us. And you've got to break that habit of this being the place that you're hanging out, because it's not for you. It's not the success that you deserve. It's not where you want to be, and it's never going to make you feel happy and fulfilled. So you've got to stop doing the things that sabotage you from the brink of breaking out of that place, and do it slowly, okay? Just like all the other people tonight, you can do it, but you've got to cooperate with the universe and yourself. Patience is key. Like, if you do some affirmations and they don't manifest overnight, it's okay. It'll come. Just chill out. Relaxed atmosphere. Don't put yourself, because this is what you do too. You get overwhelmed, and then you're like, I'm just gonna and watch a movie instead of the thing that I'm freaking myself out about. But if I just stayed relaxed about the thing I'm freaking out, then I wouldn't want to escape it to the movie. So how can I find some ways, meditation, breath work, yoga, lighting candle, doing something, chanting, whatever it is, that's gonna help you to make that shift out of to to fucking it up, to being like, okay, I can do this, and make yourself committed to doing it for yourself. If you really want to be the Queen of Pentacles, if you really want to have the good outcome, if you really want to go to the good college, if you really want to be successful, make yourself be the busy bee. You can do it. okay? There's been unpleasant outcomes. You're licking your wounds. You feel like you've lost things, or like this says termination, but it's like I didn't pass like my expectation. I didn't do the best of my ability, and I know it. I know it because I self sabotaged it before I even got in there to try. How could I do my best of my ability if I didn't even do the things leading up to it that would help me be at the best of my ability? So you're already fucking yourself up before you get there because you know in your mind, like you believe all these things, like I gotta study all the time, and how am I gonna do all this stuff? And then when you get there and you didn't do all that stuff, that you've just created that. You've just predicted the outcome. Well, I didn't do it, so now I'm definitely not going to get the outcome that I was predicting all along. But I could have if I had just, shifted the mindset, cooled myself out a little bit, did the things I know how to do, baby steps working towards. School isn't like a overnight thing for people. Like we go to school and we learn slowly and we build up and acquire the skills and then we apply them. And you don't always have to pass the test or be perfect at the top of the thing to get the good outcomes. You just have to keep putting yourself towards it and not letting the old things sabotage everything else and not letting the fear of success sabotage everything else, okay? So fusion of ideas on the same page, maybe work with somebody too that can help you, like be a study buddy or an accountability partner, somebody that can just kind of keep like support in your life, like a friend or somebody that's like wanting the same things. Because like if I don't want to go to college in India, like you do, right? So find someone else that has that goal that you can work together to help each other to work on those types of things, okay? But things will balance out for you. You got to be persuasive with yourself and lead with your heart. Jackpot dream job. Yeah, everything's gonna be good, man. But you gotta remember that you got that Lyran fucking manifesting in you, and that's a recipe for disaster when you go on the sabotage route rather than the route. Okay. All right. A couple of days, I actually threw my phone. See, I panicked a week before exam, and it went horribly wrong. I acted like Jane Austen for the next week. But since then, I've been trying to let it go and prepare for the next one. Okay, so now I make sense why we're talking like this. So you don't do that again, okay? Don't fuck yourself up. You are the magician. Use the law of attraction. Materialize your wealth. Your desires are within reach. There's no reason why you can't go in there and be successful. But if you already go in there preparing for the worst or even doing things leading up to it that are like, don't be surprised when those decisions come to bite you in the ass. And I think there's a little bit of everything up in there because of how we are on this planet as a whole. But I know in your culture even more so, things can get heavy on you and stressful on you, but it's you doing it to you a lot of times. Like you're like, oh, my parents and my grandparents, but it's you that takes all of that and it gets like, you make it 10 times worse for yourself. Like nobody's gonna be successful or like acing their test in that mindset. They may, but it's gonna be very uncomfortable for themselves. Like you should go in there confidently, knowing I'm gonna pass this. I'm smart. Like there's no reason why I shouldn't. Nobody else on this planet has anything other than what I have. We all have the same thing. So if you can do it, I can do it. If you can do it, I can do it. We gotta stop like thinking something's inadequate with us, or that just because other people can't do something that we can't. I disprove shit all the time in many different ways in this planet of like what can and can't be done to myself and others. So just know you can do whatever you set your head to. Beautiful. Not even a minute before we started, Shitty. Thank you. All right. You are welcome. I feel that more relatable and authentic people will come around me. Yes. Sorry, that's okay. Thank you so much. Did not realize I wasn't a member, so sorry. I'm going to buy a sticker here if that's okay. Sure. Gina B, hey, how are you? The timing, right at the new moon, exactly. I could do that shower. Yes, everybody do it. I have the professional training only in the engineering side of music. Well, you don't need the professional siding in the creating of it. You just are. You just are a just step into that role, man. I am. And I'm going to become the professional, like, editor, and I'm going to become the professional mixer. Just because, like, that's what a lot of people are out here doing now. Is just it's a one-man show, but there's so many tools and apps and others that have gone before you that will give you like the how-tos. I don't know everything there is to know about successfully doing something like that, but there are so many people who do and will give a lot of that stuff away for free. Lots of practice, yes. Just did a PayPal purchase. Thank you. Awesome sauce. Okay, so did you ask a specific question, Amruta? I feel more to learn about the silence from the past life. Can you do a past life reading about that and how to shift this vow of silence because it's detrimental? Paying on PayPal now. Okay. Wait. Didn't return my call. Where is this message? Andrea. Where the hell is... Okay, so for new people that are coming in, there's green names. Those are the members. Those are the people who are asking questions for readings. If you're not a member and you want to ask a question, you can either do a sticker thing, like a super chat sticker for $2.99, or go to my PayPal and do $2.99, or my Cash App, or whatever. There's so many links in the description box for different methods of payment, but I am going through here and getting the ones that I know are members for sure, and the others that have paid. And thank you for being here. I just wanted guidance on my love life, a bit. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to do her, and then I'll do Melissa's second question. Was there somebody else? I got a horrible memory. I think that's it, right? I'm so sorry. My brain is stupid. I'm not sure if that other girl's still here. Andrea, if you're still in here, let me know about the donating thing. And then Amruta is guidance on love. I know the situation. All right. Holy moly! I saw that coming. I saw the Eight of Cups, but I didn't see anything else until I flipped it. We got the Eight of Cups. We got the Queen of Swords. We got the Hermit. We got Temperance and the Queen of Cups. So, and the King of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. I feel like there's this dualistic energy here again. So with the Eight of Cups, I feel like you're walking away from a time of letting the ego and the wounds control circumstances around you. You know what I mean? Like letting our wounded selves hermit away from our authenticity, letting our wounded selves hide away from our desire, our fear of having what we want. Like, I don't want to have it because I'm going to fuck it up, so I'm just going to fuck myself from getting it, is a theme tonight that I'm seeing. And I feel like this is something that the two of you have done, okay? It takes two to tango. If you got a twin flame that's emotionally unavailable, if you have a twin flame that's avoidant, if you have a twin flame that's whatever, you're gonna mirror those things back on some different levels. So I feel like you guys are letting these things go, walking away from that chapter, or you should be walking away from that chapter so that you can come into a time of balance and love. The king and queen of love. The king of queen of empathy and emotional connection and balance. And this is another card of union here. And maybe it took you a long time to get there, but I feel like you both would like to have victory in your life. I feel like you're both sick of holding back. You know, sick of the sabotage, sick of being out in the cold, sick of the subconscious programming that makes us feel sad and wounded and needing to do all this healing work in order to move into better time. It's like we don't have to look at it that way either. We can just become conscious and trust our intuition, follow our bliss, and plant the seeds that lead us to reconciling in the right ways. And if somebody can't do that, then eventually we just got to get to the point where we recognize it is what it is. We look at the circumstance, like the black and white that's written on the thing, like, am I getting the fulfilling love? Am I getting the passion? Am I getting the desire? Am I getting the drive? Are things changing, or are they just staying the same? Okay? Because if they're staying the same, if my chariot's not moving, then I'm still self-sabotaging my outcome. But you need to be the one that makes that judgment call. So, what does your wish come true? And when you look at reality around you, do you feel like you're headed towards that way? And if you're not very clear on that, you've got to get clear on that. You've also got to make that clear with them, so that the both of you can be on the same fucking path, so that you two of you can be working towards something. Like, if he's never gonna do it, he's just gonna leave you wounded, and it's just gonna waste a lot of time that you don't need to waste. Okay, you don't need to feel this way for an extended amount of time. Like, let him show you who he's going to be, but also start to plan what you're going to do as a result of his actions and inactions. You know, like, whatever he's doing, I'm still like, this is my plan for my next 6 months. I'm going to visualize it, I'm going to manifest it. He can come along, or someone better can come in his place, because I'm not putting my life on hold waiting anymore. I'm going to start planting the seeds as the Empress to make my fucking wish come true. I'm going to find the strength that's required to walk away from him if need be. If it's not that, then that cool. We can take that leap of faith together, but we can't force things, right? So just be very clear with boundaries, and very clear on what you do and don't take it from him anymore. Instead of, should I be putting up with this type of behavior, or going back inside of yourself and like going through the tower moments, oh, everything was great, and then it wasn't, and then it was, and then it wasn't, and then it was. Stop letting this happen, because you let this happen, this juggling of your value and your worth, by keep showing up to this behavior, right? You're there, you're receiving it. Even though he's not giving sometimes, you're still allowing for that, because you're still there the next day trying to give. So if he's not going to meet you to give and receive in the equal ways, you need to get vulnerable, authentic, and break it down, and get very clear with yourself about what you want out of life and for yourself. And then when you know, start putting that into play as how this is going to go over the next 6 months. He can either come along, or I can leave him behind. But I feel like you've got to make that decision, and then just go with it, because you can't really determine anybody else's outcomes for them. You just have to make the decision for yourself and hope that they, get theirs together too, and that they want to be there. Because you can want him to be all he wants to be. If he doesn't want to be, he's not gonna be. But you don't have to stay there where he's not. You can go on and have love and give love in good times, and take that next level commitment to yourself, so that if he is your twin flame and he is meant to do all these things, then he can walk away from this version of himself at the same time. Okay? But no more showing up for the half-ass. No more showing up for the in and out. No more showing up for the do. You want the 10 of cups, you want the 4 of wands, so it's time to tear away the old patterns and the old cycles. And this is like a repetitive message tonight for everybody. It's like, you just gotta decide, where is my happy? And then have the strength to manifest it. Sometimes that might mean bringing new people in. Sometimes that might mean looking for new things, or finding new information, or teaching ourselves about ourselves, doing the inner work of the fucking stuff that we don't necessarily want to look at, and dropping the burdens that or the boundaries that we've created around ourselves that we think are protecting us, but are actually harming us and are keeping us stuck. Like the weird thing of like, I know I should study for this test, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay in bed for the day before, and then I'm going to not do good, right? Same type of thing happens in love. Like, I know I should tell this person how I feel if I want them to know how I feel, and blah, 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 but I'm not gonna. Like, well, what do you think's gonna happen if you're not presenting your truth in your cup? If you're not being vulnerable and authentic? You don't have to, and if your vulnerable, authentic self, if you're like, if I'm my vulnerable, authentic self, I'm afraid they're not going to like me or they're going to think I'm crazy or whatever, then they're not the one for you. And maybe you should look into that. Like if your vulnerable, authentic self can't be vulnerable and authentic to them, then they're not for you. So you've got to be able to do that, right? You need to be able to be vulnerable and authentic with them. But also check in with yourself. Is my vulnerable, authentic self going to scare this person away because it's a little weird? It's asking for too much. It's like fully invested and committed to somebody that we haven't really been in a solid relationship with. Am I like, making it so divine in my mind that I'm putting it up on a pedestal that it doesn't have that like 3D reality within it? People want to date, people want to get to know each other, people want to court each other, people want to go through those things, which is normal things and we should all do. But in the twin flame community, sometimes people get like, oh, but he's just my twin flame, so he's magic, he's divine, and everything will be so wonderful and magical once we're together. Let's just do that, and I'm gonna come telling my authentic vulnerable, you're my twin flame and we're meant to be together, so that's it. They're gonna look at you like you're crazy, and you know that because deep down you know that's crazy. So you gotta go and do like that work and be like, how can I approach this in a healthy way? And if he can't, how can I look at myself to be like, I deserve someone that can, and I deserve to have that now. I don't deserve to wait forever to try to mess around and see possibly is he gonna mirror me. Like, you just gotta make the decision to let it go and to do what's best for you with self-love and love in general, and think the new thoughts, speak the new thoughts, take that leap of faith, and stop blocking yourself from your blessings, and stop juggling your value and your worth, and stop trying to rationalize things and all of that. Just you've been wounded, so heal the wounds and keep getting in your chariot and going towards your success, and knowing that you're going to get there. You're going to have a new start. You're going to plant the seeds of potential that are going to grow, and you're strong enough to face whatever comes up. Don't let this prevent you from receiving the valuable offers that are out there. Don't let it stop you from receiving the valuable love of this person. I feel like there's a lot of fears that you both mirror towards each other. There's a lot of boundaries that you both mirror to each other. There's a lot of behaviors that you both exhibit that are causing delays in a dead set still within it. That you're just hanging around doing nothing. And I'm not judging you or anything like that. I've seen it play out many, many times. We all do it. But there needs to be a death of that. And we gotta come through these wounds and heal our broken hearts so that we're not miserable. And we gotta just, keep doing that. So I feel like that's where you're headed, is towards temperance. Get creative in how you're going to do this and how you're gonna feel more valuable and all of that, and the work that you're gonna put into this. But I do feel like there will be temperance, there will be balance. I think it's just a matter of getting clear, taking a break, needing a break from things that still hurt you, going within to your intuitive insights, and not letting like I said earlier, if they give you a sweet message or they don't give you a sweet message, that doesn't equal something wrong with you. That doesn't equal anything. It doesn't even mean anything about them for sure. It's just you, how you receive messages or don't receive messages, how that impacts you personally is up to you to decide. You want to be chosen so badly sometimes that when we're not, we let that mean I'm so bad and what's wrong with me, I gotta blah 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 blah, and we settle for things that we shouldn't be putting up with because we want to be chosen so badly, and it can become a fucking slippery slope down into not good places. So choose yourself, choose to love yourself, choose to know that you deserve to be chosen, and that's when good things will be chosen. Okay, the opposites attract. You're gonna have some spirit babies coming into the world, things that have been in and out of your life. You're gonna start seeing happier days ahead. Those sweet messages will start coming because you're not gonna be like, I need them in order to feel sweet. I don't need outside validation. I don't need outside things to be good from within. I gotta clean up that dirty, messy, shocking type of stuff that goes on inside of me. If somebody ignores me, oh my god. That starts to pull on us. It fucks with us. It's a mind game, man. Look into fucking psychology. People who do that type of stuff, ignore you or ghost you, it literally psychologically fucks you up. So sometimes people think that they're madly in love with somebody, but they may just be obsessed over the fact of the psychological manipulation that they went through. I'm not saying that's the case for you, but there's still subtle parts of that go into this. He doesn't flat out just ignore you. He comes back, but then he goes, but then he comes, and then he goes. That in itself is psychological fuck show that you can't let fuck you up. And you can't let determine how you behave or feel about yourself. And you shouldn't even let be happening between you. Like, that's where the boundaries need to come. Like, if you can't step up and be a mature adult, communicate with me and not ghost me and not be weird about shit, I deserve somebody who's going to meet me with the same level of respect and the same level of like compassion and empathy. I don't want lies. I don't want deceit. I don't want these like booty calls and things like that. I want something that's got hope behind it. I'm not going to have any hope in somebody that treats me in a way that I can't trust. I'm not going to have any hope in somebody that, doesn't want to solve the fucking issue, that just wants to keep playing out the same patterns, but somebody needs to be the one that determines that. And in the meantime, when we keep showing up and letting people, well, I know he's upset and he's avoidant and blah, blah. Doesn't matter. If he's not willing to work on it, then you shouldn't be either until he's willing to work on it with you collaborative. I want more moments with you. So I feel like he does. But you need to make him step up to the plate by being like, I'm not entertaining anything better, anything lower than this. Just like the same fucking self-respect that I give to you, the same human decency that I give to you, I want that back. If you're not going to give that back to me, then I'm not giving you anything. And if you do that, and you're dedicated to that, and get rid of the shady motherfucking behaviors, love will be all that you see. Good things will be manifested. He won't be ignoring you because he'll know he can't get away with that anymore. So listen to your divine guidance and know that you can come together with him. And it's not fucking high maintenance. It's not bad of you to want good stuff, okay? So take some notes on this. Trust your intuition. Like, realize the things that can be put into your mind by those weird subtle behaviors of one day he's hot and the next day he's cold. Those aren't good, okay? You deserve true love. You deserve good things. And I'm not saying he's a bad guy for doing those things, but those are toxic things that he needs to stop doing. And if he is genuinely a good guy, and you explain to him why he should stop doing them, then he'll stop doing them if he truly cares about you and wants happy days ahead with you. And if he can't do that, then you shouldn't even want him to return to put anything into it. Like, don't accept the bad behavior. Only the good behavior. And in the light of the sun, know that things will soon be done. I've been communicating a lot, not out of wounds these days, but I don't think he feels ready. He says he is scared to lose me, but I just feel I'm trying to be in my lane. Yeah, so just get clear within yourself and just know, like, you can't wait forever. And if there's more inside of you that's calling, like, I want more out of this, or like, and again, look into all these other things, these subtle behaviors of like, I don't want to lose you, but I'm kind of scared, and like, that stuff he needs to heal. And if he truly wants to be with you and not lose you, then he'll be willing to work on those things. So think about how you can approach this with him and work on it together so that things can continue to go in a good way. And it sounds like it could if you do step up for yourself in that way of being like, I'm not going to keep like biting my tongue and staying in my own lane forever, because that's not going to get us anywhere. We're never going to be in a committed relationship. We're never going to have a family or anything. Like, and that's, again, what do you want? Do you just want a friend? Or do you want a relationship? Do you want kids? Or do you want to live together? Because you got to start taking those steps to get to that place in that new mindset for them to get there. So he could be the emperor. And you could be the emperor. And you could take a leap of faith and trust each other, to catch each other, to work together, to build something, to work through trouble, and not let it be the end of everything. But you also will never get anywhere. You'll just stay here if you keep playing out the same things that play out. Which has been a recurring message for everybody. So, let's see. What was her thing about past life stuff? The silence of a past life. Can you do a past life reading about that? And how to shatter this vow of silence because it's detrimental. Alright. I don't think... you write poems and stuff, right? So I feel like there's a part of you that may... Like, you may be... I feel like you're being damned by it. Like, you're getting the detrimental part of it because you believe that, like, I took a vow of silence and it's bad. But I feel like there's still something inside of you that's overcome it already. You know what I mean? Because you do write. You do communicate. You have put yourself on YouTube and TikTok. Like, I just feel like if it was really a severe problem, you wouldn't have done any of those things at this point. Like, you'd be just like, oh no, you might write but not share it with anybody. You might be on social media, but you definitely wouldn't be creating content on social media. You know what I mean? I feel like there's probably a vow of silence, and it could be just in one way. It could just be in like one area of life, but your belief in that vow being detrimental is actually more detrimental than the old energy of it. So cutting the cord to that, again, like me cutting the cord to the sock problem, I don't want to feel that anymore. Cut that belief off of like, this is detrimental. Say like, I'm, and you can do this at any time with any of these things, any vows, any contracts. There's a lot of like prayers that have been written. I can't the there's one of sovereignty. It's like the Declaration of Sovereignty is a very long one, and it goes through these things specifically. Like, but you can even just say, "I now clear, cut, release, rescind any vows that I have taken in this life and others on any dimension, in any timeline, in any version of reality for silence or whatever, poverty, sex, whatever it is that you did." But also use fire, burn it. You know, write it down. Write down. I now break the vow of silence. And with ancient Egypt, I feel like it could tie back to them. Okay, it says left Atlantis to teach in mystery schools. High priestess, lost wisdom. I feel like there was lost wisdom because there was things that weren't written down, or things that did get written down were burnt. Like we had the Library of Alexandria get burnt down. I feel like you know a lot of the things that were burned, and they want you to share that. So this could be somewhere where it's like that silence has shown up. Like, we don't have any documents of it. And so maybe this is where like it kind of hindered you in the past. So now it's like that lingering feeling of like, this is bothering me. This is not, like, this isn't helping me in this life. But you still have all the information, you still have all the wisdom, you still have the conscious connection. Go up into the vortex to the top diamond to connect with the consciousness up there of all your past lives and all your information and everything that's up there, and channel what wants to come through so you can be wealthy and so you can have, you know, good stuff. You can manifest abundance, born for luxury, sharing the wealth, and you're young at heart. So again, let your creativity and like that young at heart energy guide you with this type of stuff. Like, things don't have to be crazy intense. Like light a fucking candle, say a little prayer. Like, we don't have to go through jumping through hoops and all this craziness that we've come to believe, like, oh no, I'm cursed. I've got to do all this crazy shit to break the curse. The belief that I'm cursed is the curse. But if we want to break that to our subconscious that has a hard time with this type of shit, then lighting the candle and being like, I now break this curse, is a much better way to get it done. So don't overanalyze, don't overthink, and don't feel like you know, don't believe this. Don't believe that this is so detrimental to you. Just know that I'm breaking it. I'm here to break it. That's what I came for. I came to rewrite all of that shit that was burned away. I've come to speak. I've come to break this vow. I'm a natural healer, and you may have probably also been here for the time of ancient Rome. You have the musician. Feel like they want you to play the fucking lyre. They want you to play the lyre. They want you to feel passionate. They like, and again, if you were letting that vow of silence, maybe this is where it's coming through, is in that music where it's like, I'm afraid, I need to take a class, and I need to go practice, and now I gotta get it tuned, and I gotta come up with 1,000 fucking reasons to not play it. Start playing it, and dance and have fun. And that right there, just break it. Just like, I'm stronger than any vow. I'm stronger than any other timeline or whatever that has played out, because I am the conscious creator of this one. So even if those other ones are coexisting right now where I'm living in a vow of silence, well, in this one, I'm not. And I am the determining factor here about what I'm gonna and not gonna do. So that those eyes of the child that were like, yeah, like, here's my sword and here's my thing, and like, I'm magically this all of a sudden, oh, the floor is lava. Like, get back into that, because that's how to create, is to just believe and like be creative about it, and just be inspired in the moment and have fun, and take the little silly moments to have that energy flow through you and around you, and that will break any type of energy that may have felt like stuck or stagnant or blocking you. love began another life and it will live on for more. So I feel like the more that you find peace, and look at that, peacemaker is the next one. The more that you find peace in this life, the more you find peace with like understanding that it doesn't have to be this like elaborate answer. It doesn't have to be this crazy ritual. It doesn't have to be a big motherfucking deal for us to be the creator of our reality. And things can shift very quickly when we understand that and do that and just take those baby steps instead of like, trying to go from A to Z real quickly. Just take the little baby steps, but also realize that it's fun and it's easy. It's like you don't have. It doesn't have to be difficult. Okay, it can be peaceful. But as you do that, you're going to start to find more love. You're going to start to find more peace. You're going to start to find more to write about. The words will flow through you. So, again, a recurring message for everybody tonight. Get clear on what you want. Release the doubts, release the fears, release the old programming, release the bullshits, and just have a good time, okay? You can do rituals, you can do magic, you can light candles and all that thing, but don't put such an emphasis in like, I have to do this or someone else has the answer. You are the creator. You are the determining person on all of this. You are the old soul. If you took the vow, you can break the vow. If you signed a contract, you can reverse the contract. Nothing on this planet or in this universe is concrete like that. So be peaceful in knowing that. Yeah, just know that you can heal yourself. You're here to heal yourself. And I feel like there is something to do as well that they want you to look into. Maybe someone silenced you. Okay? Maybe there's been a recurring theme. Somebody may have silenced you in another life. And so this life, you're like, no, no, no. And then like if there was a vow of silence that turned into the fear of like somebody silencing you. So I could see how that would play out in this life. Just take back that power now. Be like, no, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm gonna sing, and I'm gonna dance, and I'm gonna write, and I'm gonna say all the things, so I don't have to be sad and poor anymore, or resentful. I'm gonna open the motherfucking up, and I'm gonna have peace in my life. Look at that, there they are again. It's gonna bring you peace. It's gonna let you let go of that resentment of those old vows and those old people that did you wrong, okay, that like left you alone and to feel like, and I think you will travel. I know you want to travel, and you will be wealthy. So follow your passion and know that you have that royalty inside of you to do whatever you need to do. You've been here before. You know what to do. Don't let this world, or like the idea of things, become a catastrophe in your life. Don't let it burn you forever. Don't let it linger. Just take back your power in the moment, and it will be. All right. Woo. My throat chakra keeps closing up. I was a writer and public speaker on other past lives. I'm curious about my past life. Did I take this vow? I have the sovereignty prayer. I have to complete it. Yes, man. I do have fascination with the Library of Alexandria. And yes, most of my poems are channeled, especially when I'm around nature and I like the candle work. Yes, we use that. I'm an astronomer in Greco-Roman times, and yeah, I suspect I was into music as well. I used an astral to figure out the stars and their transits. Nice. I have a connection to the past, and I like to learn about these times. Yes, love it. Thank you. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. All right. Yeah, so I definitely feel like that was tied. Like there was Atlantis there. There was the ancient Egypt there, and then the Roman. Right? Is that what I saw? You saw it. I don't have to tell you. You saw it. My brain is like short-term memory is so bad on me, but like I retain information forever. It's weird. It's like I won't remember it in 5 seconds, but I'll remember it 10 years from now. Look at that. I feel like that's also going to help you with love, because you had this energy sitting here, this energy sitting here. Try to break out of the prison of holding on to like those past things from those past lives. Like, yes, it's cool to know about them and to tap into them and benefit from them, but don't look at them as like, oh no, I'm hurt because of this. Like, you could definitely be hurt because of it, but don't let it linger. You don't let it linger. Whatever song, the Cranberries. For some reason, that's coming through. But yeah. All right, guys. So thank you very much for being here with me tonight. I think I'm gonna go and do some other stuff I gotta do. And yeah, I will be back next month. Thank you very much for your donations. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for being here. I will see you guys for the full moon. I don't know what day it is yet. Is this the month? No, last month was that month. I don't know yet, but I will let you know, and I'll put it out there. So thank you, and Renee, namaste. Thank you.